You ever see someone rich they obviously don't need money, but they somehow get themselves to work 12, 16, 18-hour days, and they just seem like they're almost so hungry and driven and ambitious. You're like, how is he accumulating that much energy to do this? Or like the same guy who's like already in really good shape and he's still able to go to the gym for 2, 3 hours. You're like, it's almost baffling behavior, and it's not motivation, right? Motivation, I genuinely think, is one of like the worst feelings you can have because it's so fleeting and it doesn't actually do anything. It just makes you feel like if you ever consume motivating content, it just makes you feel like very excited. You get a little bit amped up, but then you don't end up actually using it. And because it's temporary, it's fleeting. Say you use motivation to go to the gym once, that means you would need motivation to go to the gym every single time. So you're like, you have a crutch, you're dependent on it. And so unless you're motivated, you won't go to the gym. And so that's never going to get you proper gains. It's never going to have you in a proper routine. So I would say do not rely on motivation. Become disciplined, which just means becoming less emotionally reactive and doing things regardless of how you feel or what it's like, just regardless of how you feel, and doing them because you know you need to do them, right? You know you need to be taking care of your health, so go to the gym. You know you need to be, you need to be healthy, so take care of your diet. Make sure you sleep well. You know you need to be making money, so educate yourself, acquire skills, work on your business. You know you need to work on your relationships, so work on your communication, actually talk to people. You know you need to find a partner one day, right? It's like you do things regardless of how you feel, because if you rely on your feelings, you'll never get anything done. And over a long enough period of time, it'll just, if you do things because not because you want to do them, but because you know you need to do them, over a period of time, you'll naturally get success in all of these endeavors. Whatever you want in life can easily be done and achieved through discipline rather than motivation. So do not rely on, forget the concept of motivation. Humans are just not in that much control of their life as they would like to believe. And it's really your conditions that control you. And so what rich people do, or people who work really hard, or whatever the endeavor is, they change their conditions. So someone who's very rich, let's say some guy's a millionaire, right? You could put him in a room full of people who only have a net worth of 100,000, and he knows he's the richest guy, and so that his reference point of comparison is like, oh, I'm 10 times richer than everybody in here. So he's not going to be very motivated, very driven, right? Because based on his conditions, his environment, there's no need to be motivated or driven. He's already technically number one. He's already the best in the room, right? But if he surrounded himself with a room full of a bunch of billionaires, now he's the poorest guy in there. He naturally has this hunger, this drive to climb the ladder, climb the ranks, right? Because he's literally the poorest in the room. And so naturally change your conditions by changing your environment and having reference points that cause you to be driven internally, right? If you can set yourself up to be the worst in the room, you'll get that hunger, you'll get that drive. But if you keep surrounding yourself with losers, then naturally you'll feel like a winner, and then you won't act like you need to keep winning, right? So like that's like that, where the whole concept of you are who you surround yourself with. It's like if you surround yourself with winners, especially people who are winning more than you and more often than you, naturally you'll need to win. You'll have this natural urge and like this competitive drive within you to just start working. You'd be like, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. I need to get more fit. I need to get more girls. Whatever it may be, if you just surround yourself with winners, you eventually will become a winner because of the natural competitiveness within you. It creates that ambition. It creates that drive. Yes, you might feel as if like you're at the mercy of your environment, but it's like, that's just a way of life. There's no way for you to overcome and change the whole environment. So you just have to accept it and see, how can I make this work for me? If you really wanted to, you could easily change your conditions based on changing your environment and making yourself to start working like crazy. And if you work that hard, you expend that much effort and energy, naturally you'll just get the things that you want in life. Typically, you don't have the things you want in life because you're just not working towards them, right? If you want that girl, all you have to do is kind of like work on yourself, actually approach her, actually talk to her. If you actually want to get physically fit, you need to go to the gym, you need to diet, right? The things that you want in life, you already know what to do, you just don't do them, right? You need more motivation. Realistically, you just need to change your conditions. If you surround yourself with people who naturally have the things that you want, you'll naturally become more driven to get them, right? And so it's like, think about it this way. If I tell you, go make $10,000 a month, right? You're going to be like, oh, I don't know how to, that sounds like too much work. I would need to work this much, I would need to learn these books, whatever, right? And then you would be like, You'd make up all these bullshit excuses and complaints, but then I put a gun to the back of your head, right? Now you're thinking. Now you're gonna figure shit out. Why? Because your conditions change, your environment changed. At first you were just relaxed, you were able to, oh, blah, 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 like my life is whatever, right? But then once your life is at stake, like nothing realistically changed. I didn't shoot you, I just put the gun to your head, right? And now that your life is literally at stake, all this like, you have this newfound energy, right? And you see this typically with people who will be like, oh, I don't know how to make more money. Making money is hard, this and that and the third. And then one of the family members goes into the hospital, they need an emergency surgery and they need to come up with $10,000. And somehow that person always comes up with that money, right? How? Because they now have their conditions changed, their environment changed. Now they're forced to figure it out, right? When before it was like, there was no force, there was no need to figure things out, right? There was no pressure on them. But when the pressure started getting applied to them, now they're thinking, now they're actually working on stuff. And it's like, you can naturally make this happen over time if you were just more cognizant, more hungry, more driven for your goals. But most people just aren't, right? So they don't want to put themselves through that anguish. They don't want to put their mind through the turmoil. But if you did, you'd be able to figure things out and actually get things done. It doesn't become, I want to be fit, I need to be fit, right? So it's like that sort of framing, that sort of change, it changes something inside of you, and it literally will literally drive you to wherever you want. It's that vehicle. If you can understand how to change your conditions for your benefit, you can start achieving and getting as much success as you want in life. And it's going to be hard, it's going to be a little bit grueling, you're going to be tired, whatever it may be, but you're going to get your goals. And if you want your goals as much as you say you want them, it's going to be worth the cost. And after you actually achieve them, you'll be like, I'm so happy I actually changed my condition, changed my environment. Because if you didn't, you would have just went through life always saying, oh yeah, I could have got this, I could have that. And then, the end of your life comes, you're like, damn, I didn't achieve shit. I have so much regret, this, that, and the third. I'm dead now, whatever it may be, right? It's like, all because you were too scared to change your conditions, all because you were too scared to be a little bit tired, all because you were too scared to take that little bit of risk. It's like, is that really what you want your life story to be like? I was too scared to take a risk. I was too scared to go talk to that girl. I was too tired to go to the gym. It's like, what kind of fucking bullshit story is that? If those are the stories and reasons you actually give yourself and allow yourself to justify, you honestly don't deserve the success or goals that you want in life. And it's just a sad case. It's like, it is what it is. You just simply don't want it enough. Some other guy who's willing to go through the things that you aren't willing to go through, he's going to end up having the life that you want. And then you're going to have to sit there and just accept it. Change your conditions, change your environment, change your life. You'll get everything you want in life. I'm telling you. If you focus on changing your conditions, in the end, you're going to fucking win.